Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for, you guessed it, another reading from Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. Alright, let's see who stopped by the comic book shop today. Will you look at that? X-Men, number 11, $1.25 from back in 1992. This is by Jim Lee and Sky Lovell. X-Men vs. X-Men Again. Once again, this book and others are available on my eBay page, papas-comic-books. Give it a look. Also, hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what was wrong, tell me what was right, what you liked about it. Let's get into it right now and see how this goes. Okay, can we get this over with? No, Allison, we cannot. This is not a dress rehearsal, but rather a live performance of The Fall of Mojo, starring Allison Blair as Dazzler, featuring the X-Men as, well, the X-Men. And introducing myself, Mojo 2, the sequel. The sequel? Is it me, or are there constant movie references wearing a little thin? As you know, the Mojoverse is ruled by he who possesses the highest rating. Thanks to his all-star production of Mutant Civil War between your former comrades, Mojo's popularity is at an all-time high, which is why our concern over my state of being while endearing is only eating daylight. Let me help. I guarantee the Big M's media run of terror will do a slow fade to black. Great. Now I'm doing it. At that moment, miles away, we return you to the special worldwide premiere of X-Men vs. the X-Men Again, with our special guest, the X-Men. Die, Betty Noir. Die, the name of Lord Mojo. Rousey Ret the Reactors. Leela, all of you, we shouldn't be battling each other. Since your arrival in this dimension, you have been pawns of Mojo. Recast an obscure Earth movie that you might entertain the spineless ones. And look who you get to perform your death scene with. Lucky me. Speaking of which, Beast is as the only X-Men whose thoughts are still your own. What are the odds I'd be able to toss her loose in midair? Psylocke, Professor, open your mind to me. Trying to what, Betsy? Kill me? You're an adult, Betsy. Do what you think is right. Author. Oh, wait, I'm the author. And Earth's merriest mutants are reciting every line as I've scripted it. Oh, the pressure. What to do for an encore. Perhaps you could perform a lobotomy on yourself, sire. I'll fetch the butter knife. What, and deny my captive audience a chance to provide an unsolicited review of Breath? Work in progress? So, Chip, what do you think? Everyone's a critic. Just remember, it could be worse. I could have scripted you onto the set. Instead, you have a front row seat as your students destroy themselves. Using powers honed through your teachings. You gotta love the irony. Mock me while you have the opportunity, Mojo. I must work through the pain, must protect my X-Men. Elsewhere in Square Garden, I said I'd help Mojo 2, the sequel. Mojo 2, the sequel. But I'd like to know what you get out of all this. Just the satisfaction that I have helped those less fortunate to live their own lives? Yeah, right. Son, I apologize for my actions in advance. Professor, is that you? Indirectly, no time to explain, even less for subtly. Ooh, it's this exciting. This action is so lifelike. I'm just thankful the control booth is lined with Mojoanium. Mojoanium, eh? It appears an alternate plan is in order. This was a full-power optic blast. Whoa! Ah, can attest to that, Shug. Whoa, 3D. That Mojo's a genius. Long broadcast, Mojo. That blast knocked me clean away from Mojo's influence. But if an attack again get too close, how can be certain won't become his little circus performer again? Long broadcast, Mojo. Long broadcast, Mojo. Long broadcast. Long broadcast. Long broadcast. Long broadcast. Long broadcast. You cannot. Professor Xavier speaking through Psylocke's mind. Alone, neither Betsy nor I are strong enough to override Mojo's inhibitors. But one by one, the Professor and Psylocke are joining our minds. Jubilee is next. Now listen carefully. Ah, all yours, Shugan. Where's that sugar? Meanwhile, you can hear the roar of the crowds right through these walls. That works to our advantage. The higher his ratings ascend, the farther Mojo will plummet upon his defeat. Even if we do win the battle, how can we make certain Mojo will broadcast our victory, already taken care of? While you and I battle his dog soldiers, my loyal key grips are attaching a piggyback signal onto Mojo's own. The spine people will revolt if they believe they have a half a chance. Let's give them one. Meanwhile, still, it seems to me there are some actors who are rewriting their lines. You heard the man. Back to the script, you two. For the Union starts breathing down all our necks. Gambit, no. Gambit attacked before the Professor could clear the Cajun's mind. Let's see if they can bring this old wolfster back to Earth. But please, stay back. Is the little old fraidy cat scared of a girl? I ain't never been backed down by a skirt. And no one calls Wolverine a fraidy cat, at least not twice anyway. Hope he's come back to his senses, or this is going to be hurt. Lots. Phew, Mojo, Sparkle. Walking off the set in the middle of the performance? I'm afraid not, Mr. Chaney. Oh, I'm on it, sir. Have your people call my people, Wolverine. We'll do lunch sooner than you think, sub. Now, Rogue. Your plan worked perfect, Professor. Psyche and Wolverine weakened the shield and shattered the Moginium. Moginium? On the streets outside, Zaz it as the pirate program avowed, the spineless Mojo is vulnerable at last. But is that enough? Has Mojo fallen? The Mojoverse holds its collective breath, praying for their final freedom. Praying! For naught, pathetic fools, for all of your top billing and star treatment, you are little more than extras in this big picture. I made you mega media stars, my X-Men, and I can have you canceled just as easily. But if he has defeated the X-Men, what chance do we stand against him? Now would seem the time to find out. For better, we die free, then continue life as the spineless monster slaves. To the garden. Maybe I should have stuck to the Brady Bunch reruns. Maybe you should have. Hey, Dazzler. And who is your handsome friend? Surely you remember me, the clone you left in the editing room floor. Ah, yes, the flawed one. If compassion for all people is a flaw, guilty as charged. But there are those on this world who believe the spines are a virtue. I happen to be one of them. For too long, have you used the psychic energies of your spineless couch potatoes, enhanced by the euphoria over the X-Men's exploits, to suppress the rights of my people? It ends here, now. Believe him. Cancel Mojo. The yellow season is over. Please, people. Give a fellow a chance to clear out his desk, no? While he comment on made with his trademarked irreverence, the effects of his blast are no less deadly. No, never again will you take a life for your own sadistic pleasures or those of your equally twisted viewers, twisted sister. Yes, long shot, work with me. Go with your feelings. Give them finale they can remember. Give them me shreep. It is over, long shot, but at what cost, Professor? If I finally won and Mojo is finished, why do I feel so empty, so lost? For better or worse, long shot, more often than not, such is the price of victory. Yeah, long air, long shot. You did it. We did it. Make this world a better place. Just in time, it would seem. For what greater gift could two parents give to the unborn child I sense within Allison? As we're going to be raising a kid, it'll be up to you to rule this planet fairly. I would not have it any other way. Scott, I'll have no problem teleporting the rest of us home, but the first a little celebrating is in order. I agree. Careful, sugar. You're almost smiling. Maybe it's an age thing, but I don't get it. Ratings mean power on the world, and we just gave whoever is in charge higher numbers than the last episode of Cosby. So, if we won, why do I feel like we're still being robbed or rubbed? The child has a point. Thanks. And who you calling a child? How do we know we're still being manipulated? We don't. Here or in the real world, there are no guarantees in life, people. There comes a time between life and death when all men stop to catch their breath. We ask the stars why we question our lot. The heavens open wide and reply, why not? Yeats, nope, beast. Next issue, the Xavier File. All right, well, that was X-Men number 11 from 1992. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what was wrong. Leave a comment, okay? Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. And as I always say...
That was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.